Good day, or maybe it's good evening, or good morning, or maybe even about to be good night. Whenever and wherever you're with us, we are grateful you have found your way to our little digital home here. My name is Brian Steele, and I have the privilege of being the pastor here at St. Paul United Methodist Church in Bluefield Hills and Hazel Park United Methodist Church. And I'm back here with another one of our 5-minute messages for you today. Last time I was with you all, I talked about mental health in the church and how anxiety and depression are not sinful. And frankly, the church has kind of harmed some people because we have implied that they are in the past and in the present. Well, today I want to talk about a term that I still have a whole lot to learn about. And when it was introduced to me in recent years was a new concept. That is neurodivergence. Being neurodivergent simply means that some people's brains act differently than the majority, and that they process and communicate in different ways. And just for clarity's sake, and to give an example that might help you understand more, individuals who have been diagnosed or are on the autism spectrum are considered neurodivergent. They don't process or think or communicate like a lot of the majority culture does. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm still having so much to learn about this. Because of that, I hesitated to even do this message on this topic, but I thought it was important to at least get it out there. And that even though I'm not an expert, it was better to at least start the conversation. So friends, this much is clear to me about this. Like depression and anxiety, there is nothing sinful or nothing wrong with those individuals whose brains simply function differently. Different is not wrong. It's just different. In my understanding of the Christian faith, the pattern that Jesus set before us is that we are called to come alongside those who are different. So in the church, we need to recognize that people will experience God in different ways. What might be very life-giving for some might be very overwhelming or even inaccessible for somebody else. Now, I admit, not every church or church service can be for everybody. But we should be making sure that everybody in our community can have a place to belong. Churches need to work together on this. We need to have conversations and be willing to learn about how to do this better. So I've given these messages this week because mental health needs to be talked about in the church. We need to be a place that is welcoming toward those who are dealing with life and not sure where to turn. Mental health is just part of our human condition. And God cares about all parts of our human condition: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. And at least my understanding, what I believe, is that part of the reason Jesus came being human is so he could understand the human condition more. And we need to stop telling people that they should behave more like us and start to see the beauty of diversity in which God works through people who just think and process differently. Because I think if we do that, our intentional God might just become bigger and more beautiful in our lives if we are just willing to see people through the lens of being made in the image of God. And that even as they think and process differently, that is a sign of God's love. So that's it for our 5-minute message today. If you live locally in the greater Detroit area, we would be thrilled to welcome you to either of our worship services every Sunday morning. It's 9:45 at St. Paul, 11:15 at Hazel Park, And you're also welcome to worship with us online. Our services are posted on our Facebook page for Hazel Park and on YouTube for St. Paul. So we are a church that is open to all, both churches. Because we recognize that God loves all of humanity. And there's nothing any of us can do about it. All right, we'll see you next week for some more 5-minute messages. Know that you are loved. Amen.